Okay, so following on my usual trend of these unedited, sort of rough made videos, I'm doing another one. So this is a guide for Hueycoatl. I'm not quite sure how the process is meant to be pronounced, but that's my best guess. Um, and this guide I've broken down into a bunch of different parts. If I was good at editing, you'd see this on screen, but oh well. So first up, the gear you need. You don't need anything too expensive. I know I'm going a little bit overkill, but this is kind of just what I have on hand. And my cash is a little bit low at the moment. Um, but this boss is weak to crush. I know it has a weakness to earth magic, but I've tested this. I've DPS checked this. It's generally not worth doing. Um, it is weak to crush, so either wear anything that gives you some sort of crush bonus, or wear just general tank gear, or if you are on a proper budget, wear some prayer gear. You know, wear proselyte, wear monk robes if you so wish. Things like Berserker Ring Imbued is strongly wanted because it has the nice melee strength, and a weapon with a crush effect on it is also very good. Additionally, weapons which hit more than once are also very, very good here. So things like the dual, I don't want to pronounce this, the dual macarinas. These things, I'm glad I spelled that correctly. These are very, very good. So are the Torag hammers, so are the ice things you get from the Nagwas, and so are the fire ones you get from the Sulphur Nagwas. You will see during the fight why this is a thing. Supplies needed. A stamina potion is nice to have, but probably not needed. If you're lower on agility level and wearing heavier gear, you might find you want to take it with you, especially for longer if you're doing multiple trips without banking. Other than that, you're probably fine without. Any sort of food, as with most bosses, prayer potions or super restores, you're going to need a bunch of these. And anything that's going to boost your stats. And that's about it. So, the way to get there, there are multiple ways. So, at the very minimum, you need to have done the quest Children of the Sun. This allows you to go over to here in Varrock to be able to teleport to Valamor, and from here you can take the bird system. No, even though you can't do the bird system because you have another quest. If you've just done Children of the Sun, you don't have to run a long, long way. What I more recommend is doing the quest Twilight's Promise, which is afterwards. It's a short, easy, low-level quest. This unlocks the teleport to this one here, Illifortis, is what I'm going to call it. I have that at my house. And better than that, which I do not have, is if you have the Pennant of Attis, which comes from the Ice Nagwas boss, you can use tears, which are like a couple of 100 GP each at most, to teleport nearly directly there if you've unlocked teleport. I can show you how to do and where it takes you. If you're a scrub like me and you have the teleport there, the teleport takes you to here, and you can take the bird Renu over to the Quetzal Gorge. From here, you are northeast through the state, and then you continue around this mountain in a clockwise direction. If you have the pendant, you need to actually use the pendant on these totem things to be able to unlock the teleport, but this is where you would do it. And it also means that when you use the teleport here, this is where it teleports you straight to. So you're very close to the boss. If you don't have this and you're thinking, oh, I need it for the boss of the week, for the clan, don't worry too much about it, because unless you die, you're going to be fine, because you can finish the kill. There's a bank right here, and it's the best bank in the entire game. That is not debatable. Okay, so once you're here, you can gear up, get your supplies, do whatever you need to do. When you first try to fight, one of these NPCs will basically say, "You don't know what you're doing. There's a big scary thing there. Let me talk to you first," and then he fucks off. They can also use this flag, which is a very cool mechanic, to do private fights. So you can do solos, or you can do like private ones with clan members or your friends, or for group Iron Men, you do ones for Iron Men. It's a really cool system. So yeah, I'm going to gear up here. I'm gonna do a solo kill. I'll be real with you, I've not done a solo kill here. I have done maybe one on my group Ironman, but not one on my main. So we will see how this goes. So my standard potion, I take a divine super combat potion because I'm not going to be using Sour Brews. There's no reason not to bring a divine version. I'll bring some super restore to my prayer regeneration. It's be quite a long fight, so I'm going to bring an additional one. Won't need the food. I will bring some sharks because Mandara is overkill, and just in case, I'm going to bring some Karen ones. In the guide section where I've posted this, I will be posting these tiles. This yellow one I might add, potentially not. I will try to, if I remember, I will show you in the fight what I've got this for. It's still a bit of a work in progress. I'm trying to figure this out. But as dubbed by Armadillo, these tiles I've made here is for what he's called the gun run, which I absolutely love. Oh yeah, one quick thing before we start. If you right click this chain and do peak, you can see how many people are fighting here. So if there's 2, 3, 4, or whatever, it also tells you if they're ascending the mountain, so down here, or if they've ascended the mountain, so they're up here. You can see there's no one here, so I'll be all by myself. So the first bit is very simple. You're going to be fighting. Gosh, there we go. You'll be fighting. This is not going to be a good weapon for this. You'll be fighting these different body parts. Crush is a weakness, and there's two things to think about. There's this floor thing to move from, and then there's this light attack that comes from the actual boss itself. You zoom out far enough, you can see him actually shooting it. Red means prey melee, and green means prey range. That is all there is to it. One thing I'd actually recommend for people who aren't on the tightest budget, and this definitely are not Iron Men, is the new prayer potions, the prayer regeneration or prayer renewal potions, are really good here. They restore much more prayer points than a standard potion, and they last like 8 minutes or something. Even if you were to drink like one dose as a pre-pot, like you're sorted. So another thing to think about for people who are not on tight budgets is this boss does count as a dragon, so any dragon bane weapons are actually really effective here. So I believe the best in slot weapon for this is actually the Dragon Hunter Lance, and I was going to buy one for the video, but as I said, I'm kind of broke at the moment. I have invested all my GP into merches currently. I'm down to like a 1 mil cash out, and I just can't bring myself to sell shit. So yeah, we have to sort of struggle through this slower start. It should be okay for the rest of the fight because it's not a 1-by-1, but yeah, just bear with. And I step back too soon. But as you can see, it only hit me a 16. There's nothing I have or do, whatever, that's reducing the damage. None of these hits hit you too hard. It's just about focusing it up. And because you have these things falling, and another mechanic I'm going to show you later, your prayer is nearly always on. You can flick these on and off, be picking piety for this. If you really care to do so, I'm not going to. I'll do the overheads, but it's fine otherwise. For the second phase, there's still some numbers which I'm not entirely sure I believe, but but there's a method with these statues which I'll show when we get there. So if you're doing this as a team of say 3, it's obviously a lot quicker and easier because you can take a cavern each who has the highest DPS, they can go and do these ones. Life becomes easier and nicer. I'm glad I saw the notification to my scythe charges there. I didn't want to run out. Like, imagine I got like the boss to like 100 health and then run out. That wouldn't be fun. But also you can see, like, although you do get a lot of loot for doing a solo kill, you can definitely see why it's quite nice to do this in teams. But my hope is that the clan's gonna do like private instances together and do it with each other as opposed to doing the randoms. But you know, free to do as you wish. This is phase 2. This where you fight, the first bit is where you fight this boss, and very similar to before. There are all these things on the ground, and you have to deal with the green ship, or the red ship, the blue ship. A cool mechanic with this, which I really like, is that you have these pillars here. Now, they get charged up depending on what people are praying. So I start praying rain and praying melee, you can see the middle green one goes down and the red one goes up. If you have people praying all 3 styles, then all bars go up. If they are full, when this little dude's bar hits the top, these braziers will set on fire. And I believe you gain, I think it's 20% accuracy and damage, which is a nice boost. But unfortunately, you can see how quickly these things drain, so it means you do have to have your prayer on pretty consistently. This is the thing that you are going for. So this thing just repeats until he is down to, I believe, half health. Then we fight his tail, which is, in my opinion, the worst part of the fight, but it's why these tiles exist. And then you are on to the final phase, which is similar to this, but a little bit more involved. And then the boss dies. Time to kill Huey. I'm realizing that I should have potentially done this guide before I announced the event, but I lost track of time, and luckily Armadillo, being the best moderator in the world, had reminded me that this is what we're doing. I literally said to him yesterday that we're doing this today. It was in the plans for a while, but I said to him yesterday, oh, I'm going to announce it tomorrow. And he says, oh, okay, cool. And I still forgot. I'm very forgetful like that, unfortunately. Another thing which I'm hoping people have noticed is, obviously, yes, I'm using pretty good gear for this, but the XP rates here are insane. My Iron Man was getting like 90k an hour. So on to the tail. This bit sucks. So, you have to deal with these attacks here. You're dealing with the light. Your attacks are limited to 10 damage per splash, which is why items which hits multiple times are great. And I'll show you how these tiles work. So when the tail moves, I will move to this green tile, and when this shockwave touches that tile there, you click onto the tile to move, and then you completely avoid the damage from the shockwave. And although the damage isn't massively high, when you combine the damage from the shockwaves and from the falling things and from the floor things, there is a unlikely but possible chance you can get like comboed out. So same there, when the shockwave hits there, we run across. And this repeats. But the nice thing is that because the fight's so long, you can like mess around a little bit with trying to practice and learn different combos and shit, like triple elites or whatever. Alright, now that is finally over. On this phase, we're standing on this green tile here, because not only are we dealing with the attacks from the sky and the falling items, we're dealing with the tail as well. I'll be showing you how to be dealing with that. So similar to before, as soon as it hits the blue tile, you run to it, and the second shot on it, you can click to attack again. And this is one attack from each side. Rinse, repeat. So now, and a hit. Dodge that. Also one of the reasons why True Tile is really, really nice. Like it helps you with the timing when to move. Not to this boss, but for a lot of bosses. So the point of the tiles here on the side is that when yeah, I'm still trying to figure this out mechanically. But if you for the tail strikes, there's another way of dealing with them. For the one on the right, when the shockwave gets close to you over here, you just step onto the left. That was unfortunate timing. The animations of it makes it a bit awkward. And for the one on the left, you can just stand right here. You don't even need to move, and this deals with it. So I was thinking, can I find a way to which you can dodge this tail from this tile? And there's a bit of a janky way to do it. I'm still trying to figure out the timings for it. But you can dodge the slam from here, like that, basically. But I'm struggling to get that down consistently. But it just means that you dodge that once, and then when this tail comes along, you don't need to do anything. But the spot here moving across is the only thing that I found is truly consistent. Not quite. Like I said, it's a work in progress. There we go. And 40 toad flax seeds. I can tell you on my life, I wish my Iron Man got that. Holy shit. That is so many Sorrow Brews. That is so many Sorrows. And once you're done, slide it down here. Bang, and restart. If you have better setups for the solos, do the solo, especially if you have those like the dual weapons. It does make that a lot faster because the majority of that fight, it argue quite comfortably. Half the fight was on the tail. Easily half, if not more. Oh, so yeah, it was a little bit rough, but yeah, not the best setup for it. But yeah, it is not too bad of a boss. I think it's good for learning a bunch of mechanics. Has you doing a bunch of things at once. Has decent loot. So I think that this will be a good event for us. So yeah, I will. I said earlier, I don't know if it'll be in the final cut, but I said I was going to speed up the tail phase. Yeah, no, that's not a maybe. That's a definite. That needs to be sped up. Holy shit. All right. Thanks for watching, and good luck out there.